Hello, we're going to take a look at the connection between current, resistance, and potential difference in a circuit. So we're going to look at the relationship between those three values. Now here we've got a circuit, so it's worth doing a quick revision of cell circuit components. We've got a cell, which is a source of potential difference. We've got an ammeter, which measures current. We've got a closed switch there, and closed means it's going to allow current to flow. Here is our voltmeter, which is measuring the voltage across our component. Remember, a voltmeter measures potential difference. You can say it measures voltage, but you will always be given the words potential difference in your exam. And there is our variable resistor. That's what one might look like if you've seen one in the circuit. There's lots of different designs, but that's just one example. So this is our variable resistor. That means we can change the resistance in the circuit, and resistance has an effect of lowering or increasing current depending on the value of resistance. Okay, so this is our circuit, and we're going to look at how the current changes in the circuit based on either resistance or potential difference. So let's take a look at resistance first. In our circuit, the bigger the resistance, the smaller the current. The bigger the resistance, the smaller the current. So as you can see, resistance has the effect of lowering current. We can put in some values for resistance, some example values for resistance. So resistance is measured in a unit called ohms. There's a symbol. So we could have 10 ohms, 20 ohms, 30 ohms, and so on. So we could change the value of our resistor, for example, those values there, and that would have an increase or an effect of decreasing the current. So the bigger the resistance, the smaller the current. Okay, but it's important to remember also that for this example, we need to keep the potential difference supplying the circuit the same. So as long as we keep the potential difference the same, the bigger the resistance, the smaller the current. Okay, now there's also another relationship we can look at as well, and that is when we change the potential difference. So in this example, we can say that the bigger the potential difference, the larger the current. Okay, so increasing potential difference will increase current, but again, if we're looking at that, we need to keep the resistance the same. We'd have to keep the resistance at the same value to see that relationship. So for example, in this one here, we could say set the resistance at 20 ohms, just chosen that one randomly, but just to show that it's fixed, we could set it at 20 ohms, and we would see that the bigger the potential difference, the larger the current. We need to know the relationship between these three as an equation. So here's our equation that we need to know and remember, and its potential difference is current times resistance, and these are the symbols for each of those. So the potential difference is V, current is I, and resistance is R. And we need to know the units for each of these. Now hopefully you should know these by now, or at least two of them. So potential difference is measured in volts, current is measured in amps with the capital A, and resistance is measured in something called ohms, and there's our symbol there. It's a Greek letter, and that's the symbol for ohms. Okay, now we're going to use this equation a little bit later on. We might need to be able to rearrange this, and if you're not confident in rearranging, here's our formula triangle for that equation. So you can use that one if you're not confident to rearrange equations. Unfortunately, this equation here, we do need to remember the units, so there's the units, but unfortunately we do need to memorize this equation as well. We are going to be given some equations in the exam, but for this example, we're not going to be given this equation. We have to memorize it. Luckily, it's not too complicated. Okay, and as we said, we'll use this a little later to do a calculation a little later in the video. But for now, I just want to quickly visit the idea of graphs when we're looking at this relationship. So here I've got a very similar circuit to the previous one, but in this case, we've got a fixed resistor. In reality, a fixed resistor might look something like that. So that would be there in the circuit. It's actually quite small. It's only a few millimeters, but that's what one looks like. And there's our fixed resistor. So that value of resistance won't change in this circuit. We can draw a graph of potential difference versus current. We can change the potential difference by adding cells. So we could add more cells to increase potential difference, or we could actually use a power pack. And if you've done this in class, you've more than likely used a power pack, and there's a little picture of one there. Can't see that very clearly. Let's just make it a bit bigger. Actually, the one I used the other day in class actually was a very old-fashioned one, but it did the trick. And that's what one might look like. You probably use one that's probably a bit more modern than that one. Anyway, we can increase potential difference and look at the current as long as we have a fixed value of resistance. And in this example, the graph would look like this. Straight line in the upward direction like that. Okay, so what we're saying is the bigger the potential difference, the bigger the current. Now, we could actually look at that example. We could actually look at another example where we change the resistance. In other words, we keep it fixed, but we have a different value. Okay, so we can have a higher value of resistance. And what would the graph look like then? Well, because we've got a higher resistance, it's going to have more effect of lowering current. So it would still rise, but it wouldn't rise by as much. We could then have another go. We could lower the value of our resistance. So again, keep it fixed, but have a lower value. The graph would rise, but it would rise more steeply like that. Okay, so it's probably worth numbering those so we know which one we're talking about. Also important to remember is that these graphs are straight lines. As long as the resistance stays the same, we're going to get straight lines. If the resistance does change for any reason, then those lines would end up being curved if the resistance changed during the experiment. Okay, so that's the graphs that you should be familiar with when we're looking at potential difference versus current. Let's do a quick example of a calculation using our equation that we have just learned. Okay, so we have to calculate the value of resistance for the resistor in the diagram. Okay, so here you can see we've got a fixed resistor. There's our fixed resistor, we'll call that R. We can just highlight that there, so that's one we're working out the resistance for. And we can use the equation that we looked at just now, and that's V equals IR. Actually, it's probably worth mentioning at this point here, when we connect our voltmeter, we have to connect it across the component like that. We don't put a voltmeter in the circuit like we do with our ammeter like that. That would be wrong, and the circuit wouldn't work. Okay, so we connect our voltmeter across our component, and that's what we've done. And that's given us the ability to measure the potential difference across a resistor. So we're working out resistance. We know the potential difference, or the voltage, and we know the current. So it's just a case of rearranging our equation, which would be R equals V over I. And again, if you're not confident or don't understand how that worked, we can use our formula triangle that we looked at previously. We're trying to work out R, so that just shows that it's V over I, over meaning divided by. So we put in our values. Voltage is 3 volts, current is 0.2 amps, and if we bang that into our calculator, you'll get 15 ohms. And that's our final answer. Remember, you are allowed a calculator in the exam, and you must take one into the exam to avoid or to save time. So there we have it, the relationship between current, resistance and potential difference, and an important equation that you must know and be able to use, and we're going to look at that a bit more in the future. But for now, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.